If you've ever tried buying an electric dirt bike, you know it's not quite like picking out a toaster or a backpack. It feels more like secretly shopping for a spaceship you're not entirely qualified to fly. Overwhelming options everywhere. My first pain point was range anxiety. Almost every buyer hits that wall. How far can this thing actually go? Rather than trusting the dreamy numbers in big, bold font, dig deep for real user-tested range. Often it's 60% of what's advertised. Next up, power. Everyone gravitates toward those fat kilowatt numbers, 7 kilowatt, 10 kilowatt. Here's the awkward truth. Unless you're planning on tearing up a motocross track, 4 kilowatt to 6 kilowatts is probably more than enough for 85% of trails out there. Weight is sneaky. On paper, 150 pounds seems manageable until you're dragging it up a muddy slope or over rocks. Lighter bikes, think sub 120 pounds, are way easier to maneuver. This is where Torp Motors and Sur-Ron start turning heads for good reason. One big step that everyone glosses over: test rides. A 5-minute spin tells you more than specs on a web page, especially about throttle response and seat feel. Some shops even rent by the hour. Pro tip: test when the battery's at half so you know how it handles under less than ideal charge. Charging time: you either never think about it or it ruins your day. Some bikes take 6 to 8 hours for a full charge. Others can hit a fast charger and be ready in 2. If patience isn't your virtue, show of hands, factor in this real-world downtime. Then there's price. Electric dirt bikes aren't like iPhones where new ones drop and old ones magically get cheaper. They mostly hold value, and you can expect a window from $3,000 for entry-level up to $12,000 for the fancy boutique models. Maintenance was what sold me initially. All brake pads and bearings, no oil changes or carburetor headaches. Still, be prepared for chain replacements and the odd electrical gremlin. Some brands, like Cake, are super modular, so you can swap parts on the fly. Noise, or lack thereof, is weirdly polarizing. If you want that classic 2-stroke scream, you'll miss it. But silent riding means you can sneak into your favorite woods or trails without ticking off the entire neighborhood. Huge stealth advantage, especially near cities. Suspension is another pain point that never gets enough attention. Cheap bikes put upgraded forks on the box, but they bounce like a pogo stick. Pro tip: if you're over 180 pounds or just love jumps, invest in adjustable, name-brand suspension. Your wrists and back will thank you. Upgrades are inevitable. Swapping in better tires, beefier brakes, or even a bigger battery pack is common. It's worth checking Reddit and owners groups to see what mods people actually do, not just the ones brands talk about. Transport is a last-minute regret for a lot of people. Smaller electric models fit in the back of an SUV or hatchback, no trailer needed. This is where the Sur-Ron and Talaria win points. Measure before buying, unless you love playing Tetris with expensive machinery. At the end of it, buying an electric dirt bike is surprisingly like dating. There's a lot of promise, occasionally a little heartbreak, and if you pick carefully, you end up with something that makes every weekend way more fun than before. Quietly, effortlessly, and maybe a little muddy.